Good morning. A very warm welcome from us at the UNISA Directorate for Counselling and Career Development. We apologise for starting a bit late, but we just had some technical challenges that we managed to sort out. My name is Lisa Daisel and I'm from the Directorate for Counselling and Career Development, and we are very excited to welcome back Ms. Talen Tan, who will be sharing with us more information about opportunities to teach English in China. So in terms of our program, we are just going to do a short introduction by my colleague, Mrs. Mandu Makanya. Ms. Tan will then present the information about teaching English in China. As you are listening to the presentation, please feel free to post any questions you have that you would like Ms. Tan to respond to at the end of her presentation. And then we will just end off the session with a thank you. So without further ado, Mrs. Makanya, if you could just introduce our speaker to us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Lisa. It gives me pleasure today to introduce our speaker, Ms. Talen Tan. In the interest of time, because we had some technical glitches, I'm not going to do an extended introduction. Just to say that Talen is not a stranger with us, and we are so grateful to have her again. She is the IEC Overseas Director at Intercultural Education Corporation based in China. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Talen a warm welcome to our virtual podium. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Mandu. Talen, you are welcome to share your presentation and start with that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lisa, and thank you very much, Ms. Hazel, for all the introduction and warm welcoming. Good to know everybody today. So now please allow me to share my screen. Welcome everyone to join our presentation today. My name is Talen. My Chinese name is Tan Jie Tong, if you can say after me on your side. So I am the Overseas Recruitment Director of our IEC. Our organization name is Intercultural Education Corporation. That's why our short name will be IEC. So in the future, you can call us IEC. And now let's take a look at our slogan of our organization. We are inspired by our love for children. I want to start with the food. I'm sure most of you have already tried Chinese food here in South Africa. Like for example, chow mein, chow fan, fried rice, fried noodles. And yes, you can see from the pictures, those food are a very famous and delicious food in China. If you have any opportunity to come to China, if you join our program, I'm sure when you're in China, you can taste those kind of delicious cuisine. You can see the fried rice, fried noodles, and you can see on the left bottom picture is a spicy lobster. And for this picture, you can see something like a dumplings, but these dumplings, they have soup and meat inside. So which mean it's very, how to say, I cannot describe, it's very delicious. It's a very famous food in Shanghai. So if you have ever have a chance to come to China, please feel free to taste those very tasty cuisine. And also you can see, I'm going to introduce these 4 main cities in China. Actually, China has so many main cities, but these 4 are the main that we are going to introduce today. So you can see from the first one is the Beijing city, which is our capital city. And the next one is Shanghai city. It's a very international city in China, and it combines Chinese culture and international cultures together. So actually foreigners, they really love to travel to Shanghai in China. And on the bottom, these 2 cities, the left one is, the name is Shenzhen, which is many high technologies companies located in this city. So in China, we say if people want to earn money, they will go to Shenzhen. But Shenzhen is a very crowded, very busy city. You can see the last picture is our Guangzhou city. Guangzhou city is our capital city in Guangdong province. In south of China. The reason why we introduced south of China is because our IEC located in south of China. Now let's talk about the public transportation in China. I can tell you, Chinese people doesn't want to waste any minutes of their life. They walk fast, they live fast, everything they need to be fast. They don't want to waste any time. So that's why we have this transportation. We have high-speed train in China. With this high-speed train, actually is spread to the whole country. China is very big, you know, but actually you can use the high-speed train to go to every corner in China. So every city have a high-speed train station. It's very convenient, very fast. For example, it just takes 3 hours from Johannesburg to Cape Town if you use the high-speed train. So in China, people use high-speed train for work, for travel, for business, for everything. They can easily go travel to other cities, maybe just within 2 days for their weekend. So, and actually it's not like the airplane. You don't need to check in your luggage. You just need to walk into the train and then it will be arrived very soon. And this is the technology in China. In China, we have an app named WeChat, which is a similar app like WhatsApp in South Africa. But WeChat is not just used for communication. It has another very big function, which is use WeChat. You can link to a bank card account in China. So which means when you go out, you only need to take your phone with WeChat. And you will just show the code to anyone which you want to pay, including supermarket, restaurant, groceries, hospital, bank, high-speed train station, everything. You can just share the code and then they will just scan and then everything paid. So you can see it's very convenient. You don't need to bring cash anymore in China, no matter how foreigners or Chinese. Even me, I haven't seen my cash for nearly 2 years. So now all the foreigners and Chinese living in China, we only take our phone out. It's convenient, it's safe, and it's also fast. So come to China, live like a local, not just using the WeChat to pay for everything. Also, in China, we have an app named Meituan. All the restaurants register in this app, which means, for example, today you are lazy, you want to stay at home, you don't want to go out. You can just turn on the app and then all kinds of food are in the app. For example, Western food, Japanese food, Korean food, Chinese food, McDonald's, pizza, everything like that. You can easily order in the app. And this yellow top gentleman, they will just ride a bicycle, ride a motorbike to go to the restaurant and pick up food for you and then deliver in front of your door within 30 minutes. It's similar with Uber, but we have more choices in China. More restaurants and food choices. And also for the shopping, in China, as I mentioned, Chinese people doesn't want to waste their time. And also China has a very big population. So everywhere, Chinese people is living everywhere. And so that's why we have many communities. So each community, we will have supermarket, grocery, restaurant, coffee shop, everything like that. Which means you just need to walk down to your apartment and walk down to the street. And maybe you just need to walk 5 to 10 minutes to the everything like shopping mall or supermarket to buy everything. Not like South Africa, you always need to travel 1 or 2 hours to go to the city center to buy things. So it's also very convenient. Also, we have Didi driver, which is similar with Uber driver, but the biggest differences is Didi driver. Once you order the Didi, actually, the Didi driver has linked to the police station's system. So which means once you get on the Didi, the police will know where you are, have you get into the car, and where are you going, have you arrived, and who is the driver, what is the driver's background. They know everything. So which means they can follow and know are you safe or not. So which means it's very safe. But also Didi driver, they have so many in the city, so you easily can order one within 5 minutes, and then they will just show up in front of you, maybe just 5 to 10 minutes. And also you can see we have high-speed train and we have nightlife in China. After long day work for Chinese, they also need a drink. And now I think this is the most important topic for most of you guys living in South Africa, is the safety.
In my opinion, China is the safest country in the world. Police can be everywhere, but police no need to be everywhere as well in China, because Chinese people, most of them, they have stable job, they have stable life. All they need to concern every day is just where we should go to have the dinner with our families, which restaurant we should choose, and where we should spend our holiday for summer or winter holiday, or where we should spend our 2 days for the weekend. And this is what they need to concern, or maybe also how to make money, how to work hard, how to improve their work. This is all they need to concern. And for example, like me, I'm a woman. I can just walk in the street at 3 a.m. in China, and I don't need to worry about anything. So as I mentioned, we have nightlife. We always go to drink with friends. And then because in China, we cannot drive after you drink even one bite. So usually we just go to drink, and then after that, we just walk back to our home. So you can see it's very different from South Africa. Also, I want to share a story with you. We have one teacher who is from South Africa. She joined our program in 2020, and one night she invited me to visit her in her apartment. And then I asked her, "Oh, how can I let you know when I arrive?" And then she say, "Oh, Talen, you don't need to let me know. You just walk into my apartment and open the door, because I don't lock my door anymore." So you can see this is the biggest differences and biggest changes after a South African moved to China after 3 years. So in China, it's very weird that you say someone to stay safe or drive safe, because in China, people would think, why you say safety, because it's nothing we should worry about. This is not the concern for all people living in China. All right, let's talk about who is IEC. IEC is Intercultural Education Corporation. IEC is an organization who recruits graduates to teach English in China for 10 to 11 months program. And what did IEC do? IEC program established in 2019. Until today, IEC have taken more than 100 teachers to teach English in China. You can see from the pictures, those are the teachers from our 2019 first intake teachers. In the picture, some of them are still staying with IEC, some of them still staying in China, some of them moved to Japan, some of them moved to South Korea. So you can see those teachers, after they join our program, they have so many possibilities to to develop their career after the program. And now let's talk about where IEC located. You can see the map is very big. The China map is very big, but our IEC city is located in this southwest part of China. So which means we're close to the beach and we're close to Hong Kong and Macau, if you know about this. So for our IEC city name, our city name is Zhongshan. So you can say after me, Zhongshan, Zhongshan. Okay, and let's talk about Zhongshan. From Zhongshan city, you just need to take 1 hour ferry from Zhongshan to Hong Kong. You just need to take 30 minutes high-speed train from Zhongshan to Macau. It also need to take 40 minutes high-speed train from Zhongshan to Guangzhou. So you can see it's very convenient from our IEC city to go to those popular city for travel, maybe 2 days. For your weekend, it's very easy to go there. And now let's talk about why IEC started. Because we have 1.4 billion population, we need native English teachers. We need to. And let's do a map. This is the map. This is the data from our Zhongshan city, only Zhongshan city, not the whole China. It has around 1,014 schools in Zhongshan, including kindergarten, primary school, middle school, high school, and university. And let's focus on this number. We have around 3,782 students need to share one foreign teachers. So you can see our kids, they really, really need you. This is our mission: help Chinese children to receive better English education, help young people, which is you, to expand your horizons. Now let's talk about why join our program. Why not other job opportunity outside? Why not other country? Why our IEC program? Because you will have continuous teaching support, you will have foreign country teaching experiences, you will have life experiences in China. And what IEC provides to you, and this is what we offer and the support to you. If you're interested to apply, please screenshot this page because those are the things that we provide to you. Firstly, we provide monthly salary of 7,000 RMB after tax for you each month, which is around 17,000 to 18,000 Rand per month. Based on this salary, we provide you free international flight ticket from South Africa to China. And also we provide free accommodation during the whole program. I mean, during the whole 10 to 11 months program. And for the apartment, it's just 5 to 15 minutes walk from your apartment to the school you will work at. So it's very convenient, very safe. And also we provide flight allowance after you finish the program and finish all the training, which will be 7,000 RMB bonus, around 10,000 Rand. The reason why we didn't set up the return flight ticket is because most of the teachers, once they join our program, once they come to China, after the program, they will prefer to stay in China and travel in China, or maybe travel to another country. So we just prefer to give you this bonus. So you can use this bonus to do whatever you want. You can use this for travel, or you can also use this to buy a ticket to back to South Africa. And we also provide teaching training because our program is facing to all major students, which means even you don't have education background, you don't have any teaching experiences, our teaching team will always teach you and guide you how to be a qualified teacher in China, which means you don't need to have teaching experiences, you don't need to have education background. And also we provide you monthly activity once a month to have some Chinese culture immersion, go sightseeing, team buildings, welcome party, Christmas parties, and graduation ceremonies. And during the program, when you work at the school will provide free walking meals for you from Monday to Friday, including breakfast and lunch. So all you need to prepare by yourself is just the dinner from Monday to Friday and the weekend meals when you're off work. And also we provide 24 hours life support. For example, we pick you up from the airport, we send you to the apartment, we rent an apartment for you before you arrive. We clean and set up the apartment for you at the beginning. We also take you to the hospital if you are sick, if you need. And also after you arrive, we will always guide you to download all the APP, make the bank account, make the Chinese phone number, and to set up everything and teach you how to use the app, everything like that. And also the last two things, which is the first one, health insurance, which we also provide to you. And also for the 1 year work visa, the work visa is very important because as a foreigner, if you want to live in China, you have to have a legal work visa. So to get this work visa, the process is super long, super complicated, but our IELTS team will always guide you how to prepare all the documents to apply the work visa to you until you get the work visa. Now let's take a look of our IT teachers' pictures. Those are the pictures that when you depart from the airport in South Africa, we will have colleagues to say goodbye to you and then after you arrive, we have two gentlemen to pick you up from the airport and we arrange a bus to send you to the apartment. So you don't need to worry about anything after you land in China. And this is the apartment. It's very beautiful, right? And yes, if the school, they hire only you as the only one teacher, you will have your own apartment. If they hire 2 of you or 3 of you, then you will need to share the apartment. Maybe you will need to share the apartment. But you will have your own bedroom. So you just need to share the living room, kitchen, balcony, and bathroom, but you will have your own bedroom. And this is the teaching training. You can see we divide 3 parts of our teaching training. Before you arrive in China, before you depart, we have online teaching training, teach you Chinese law, Chinese education system, Chinese school rules, And after you arrive, we will give you 5 days face-to-face training to teach you teaching skill, teaching plan, and teaching materials, daily work schedule, emergency solution in the class. And what is emergency solution in the class? For example, if you are going to teach in kindergarten, the kids are so young, they may just 2 years old. So sometimes in the middle of your class, they may just cry suddenly and say, I miss my parents, I miss my mom, I want to back home. I don't like your class, something like this. They cannot control themselves. In this situation, you will need to deal with like how to not let the kids to affect another students in the class, how to let them to focus on your class. Those are the skills that you need to learn from our teaching department. They will guide you, they will teach you. During the whole program, we have teaching director and trainer and coordinator will come to the school, visit you once or twice a week, observe your class, give you suggestions, and to improve your class and to improve your teaching plans. And we have a monthly training as well. And this is the monthly weekend activity. We have welcome party, city tour, Chinese traditional culture, Chinese food culture, entertainment, graduation. When you graduate, you will have 2 to 3 days trip out of the city to celebrate. And also we have volunteer social work, Christmas party, historical sport visit, and graduation ceremony. And also another important reason to join our program is because we have a professional IEC team. Before you come to China, right after you apply the program, once you pass the first selection and go to the interview section, our interviewer will always guide you to sign a contract with you, interview with you, and explain the contract to you. And also, they will guide you how to go to different departments in South Africa to authenticate your documents so that you can apply the work visa to come to China. They will keep following you and keep talking to you, communicate with you until the moment you arrive in China. And after you arrive in China, we always have teaching department to support your teaching at school. And we have administration departments to support your life, daily life in China. And we have a mentor to give you some suggestions if you have any problem, if you have any concerns. Now let's take a look at our IEC teachers in China. You can see we have welcome party from the top pictures. You can see this is our first intake teachers welcome party in 2019. And the bottom picture, you can see this picture and these teachers are from January 2023 intake, which is just seven months ago. And they're very happy, celebrate. They finally arrived in China. After the long process, and they celebrate, they sing, they dance, they sing to celebrate they finally in China. And this is the teaching training. Once you arrive, you can see our trainer. We have different trainer to give you training and teach you how to prepare teaching plans. And those are the teacher, our IEC teacher from South Africa. The current pictures working at school. You can see after 6 months only, they're already very good at their work and their teaching in China. And the school likes them, the kids like them, the parents likes them. And this is the culture immersion trip. You can see you will learn the Chinese calligraphy, Chinese instructions, and to go to visit historical point, team buildings, education, charity. And you will learn how to make dumplings and go sightseeing, how to make teas, how to make artwork. And sometimes we also take you to go to see some enterprise office visits. So you can see you have so many new experiences in China. And this is the Christmas party, because Christmas is not our festival in China, which means you cannot back to South Africa for the Christmas. But no worries, IEC will gather all the IEC teachers and IEC family to celebrate the Christmas and to exchange the gift and share the happiness and drink and also dance and maybe that also get drunk as well. And this is the graduation ceremony. You can see we give you award thanks for your hard work, and after you graduate, we will give you a memory book with some pictures that you're working at school and living in China. and also some birthday parties for our teachers. So your work schedule will be because mainly you're going to teach in kindergarten or primary school. So the kindergarten kids will be 3 to 6 years old. The primary school kids will be 6 to 12 years old. And the working schedule will be, working hours will be from Monday to Friday, no more than 20 teaching hours per week, no more than 40 office hours per week. And now let's talk about the eligibility. Actually, those requirements are from China government. Only you meet this requirements so that the China government will approve to give you the work visa. So actually, it's not the IEC requirement. It's the requirements from China government. Firstly, your age need to be 20 to 45 years old, and you minimum need to have bachelor's degree or above. For example, bachelor, master, or PhD. Someone will ask, if I'm holding diploma, advanced diploma, can I apply? Unfortunately, the China government, they don't accept all the diplomas or honors. They only accept bachelor's degree, master degree, and PhD degree. And also, if your major is not education, then you will need TEFL certificate. If your major is education, then you don't need TEFL certificate. TEFL certificate is teaching English as a foreign language certificate. You can just study online. There are many institutions online. You can choose one of them, and maybe just take 3 to 4 weeks to get the TEFL certificate. So it's very easy, very simple process. And you need to have no criminal record. Also, you need to be no medical fit, no infectious disease, and your passport need to be from South Africa, UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Jamaica, and Ireland. You don't need to have any teaching experiences. For our program, we are running every year. So each year we have 2 intakes, which is February intake and September intake. So for example, if you cannot catch the February, you can catch the September. If you cannot catch the September, you can also catch the next year February intake. This is the TEFL course that I suggested. You can screenshot and take a look and maybe choose one of them to do the TEFL course. But we always suggest you to apply first and then to get the TEFL certificate. We don't need you to have the TEFL first and then apply. Those are the documents you must have. Bachelor's degree, TEFL certificate if the major is not education, no criminal record. After you get these 3 documents, you still need to go to different departments in South Africa to authenticate your 3 documents. And eventually you need to be authenticated by Chinese embassy so that the China government only trusts the Chinese embassy. Sorry. And also, this is the course that you need to prepare for all your authenticate documents. You need to also screenshot this page to get prepared for those course, because those are the documents for yourself. So you need to pay for this. But after that, after you come to China, most of the cost will be covered by IEC, as we mentioned. And after you get all the documents, IEC will eventually help you to get a work permit and residence permit, and then you can work and stay in China legally. So this is the application process. Acknowledge the program and then click on our IEC website to get the application guidance. Submit your resume and self-introduction video. And then if you pass the first selection, you will go to interview section. Then you will receive interview feedback, and you will sign the offer, sign the program agreement, prepare documents, apply your work visa, and then online training. And eventually we'll buy the flight ticket for you, and then you will depart and come to China. So join us. This is our IEC website. Please click on our IEC website. And then you can see this red circle. I have a circle for you at the bottom. You can click and then you will get the application guidance. Please always apply first before you get all the documents. For example, if you haven't get the degree, if you haven't get the TEFL, if you haven't get the passport, please just apply first. No need to wait for those documents to be ready. If you already graduate, or if you are going to graduate, then I would suggest you to apply as soon as possible. And please, if you have any question, you can also email to us or send a message to our WhatsApp as well. So now I will play a video to show you our IEC teachers live in China. After the video, I will going to have the Q&A session. You can also ask me questions after the video. So let me just share the video now.
Hi, my name is Bongiwe and from Cape Town, South Africa. I hold a Master of Science degree majoring in hydrogeology, which I obtained from the University of the Western Cape. I am a proud UWC alumni. I am currently in China. I came to China with the Intercultural Exchange Program. So I am an ESL kindergarten teacher. My experience here has been great. I've been here for a couple of weeks now. I came with the 2023 January intake, so it's been a few weeks, but it has been such a lovely experience. The people that I've met have been kind and they're always willing to assist when you ask for help. And China has a lot to offer, from the cuisine to the culture to the landscapes and of course the technology. The IEC team has been wonderful. I mean, from the moment that I put in my application to the document collection process, to flying to China, to getting to China, and up until this moment, they have been with me each and every step of the way. They want to get you here. if that is your desire. The team is honestly amazing. I have been placed at a kindergarten school in Foshan City, and my kindergarten is amazing. There are currently over 18 foreign teachers at my school from various countries, which is amazing. And as for the IEC program, I think the IEC program is great if you want to grow your profession as a teacher, or rather if you want to explore that field. Perhaps you do have a passion for teaching for kids, but you have never really explored it. This is a great opportunity to do that. You know, the IEC program, the team themselves, they are there every step of the way to assisting you with your day-to-day living. I mean, setting up your apps. They are in Chinese, but they offer that assistance where they teach you the basics of how to use the app. And also, you know, if you are worried or concerned about, you know, the legal aspect of getting to China and being a teacher here, you do not have to worry about that, because the IEC program does a fantastic job in ensuring that all your documents are perfect and in order, and everything when you get here in China is done, you know, through the legal route. So you do not have to worry about that. So, you know, it does really give you a peace of mind. You do not need to worry about that. And also they take you through the process. It's not like you going in, you know, with a blind eye. They explain everything to you, which is amazing. And they are there every step of the way. They will be in touch with you. You can ask if you have any questions, and whatever concerns you may have, whether it's with your living situation, navigating around China, or, you know, some concerns you have with your school, they will intervene. You know, it's not only a program that gets you to China, but it also plays as a mediator between yourself and the school that you have been employed at. So I would definitely recommend the Intercultural Exchange Program in China. Join us. We are a lovely family.
Hello, my name is Winslow. Everyone calls me Clive. I'm from the city of Pietermaritzburg in South Africa. I came to China with IEC because IEC has been there every step of the way. For years now, I was supposed to come to China in 2020, and I just couldn't get the chance before the borders closed because of COVID. As with everything, IEC has been there for me. They've provided me the support I've needed. They've been checking up on me constantly. They've been speaking up for me at the school when I needed them to. IEC has been my biggest advocate, and I'm really glad that I signed on with them and that they've been able to actually help in almost every way that I've needed them to help. With documents, preparations to actually apply for your job, your interview, everything. IEC does its best to be helpful. They have a very dedicated team and they're all lovely people, so you know you can trust and rely on them to help. The program is not just about bringing people over to another country. It's about training teachers to continue to better themselves, to reach greater heights. IEC won't just bring you here and ditch you. They'll keep checking on you. They'll keep having meetings with you. They'll provide you support, even with work, with the schools, with your curriculums, everything, okay? You're not alone. And if IEC can't help, the other teachers certainly can. There are other teachers as well already in the country. You can just reach out to them. Everyone is very friendly, I promise. And they'll be able to give you any advice that you need. So overall, I'd say my experience here in China has been pretty awesome. The place is huge. It's long distances everywhere, but everything is so convenient. There are apps, Didi, Taobao, Meituan, just so many apps for everything. You know, I only walk because I want to. You know, I could just take a taxi every day for like $5. It's that cheap and easy, you know? It's just, you won't be stranded, you won't struggle. And if you reach out, if you're actually going through something and ask for help. All the locals are friendly. I've yet to meet an unfriendly local. In fact, some of the most friendly people I've met are all Chinese people. All right, so it's basically it for me. I'm gonna let you go. All right, take care. Bye.
I'm Maxine, and I'm here in Zhongshan, and I'm having a great time. I really enjoy being in a country where I feel very protected, and I've had many tests. You know that just from my experiences with people in South Africa, I feel like I've definitely been tested more and am more aware of my status as far as the virus goes along. And it's just a really nice city. Life's returning back to normal here. People are out in the streets. The people that have been very warm and welcoming towards us. The kids are amazing and they really make my day so much better.
My name is Katie and I am an English teacher currently living in Zhongshan City in China. I've been in Zhongshan for nearly 2 months now. It's been really great. I'm from Pietermaritzburg in South Africa, and the weather here has been just like Durban, so warm and sunny. We can walk around outside at night, it's nice and safe. Everything's gone back to normal, everyone's back at work. Our school opens in 5 minutes.
Okay, now we have already finished the presentation, so it's a Q&A section. If anyone have any question, please feel free to ask.
Thank you very much, Talen. I also just posted the poster that you shared with us, just as a reminder while we are listening to the questions and the answers. And for those of you who would want to just double check the links that you can use to get more information, as well as to start with the application process. So some of the questions we have, Talen, somebody was asking, Kim was asking, can you stay for longer than a year to teach after your contract has ended?
Yes, definitely. Actually, after the program, if the IEC and school evaluate your performance, if you pass the evaluation, IEC is very happy to sign the second-year contract with you. You can stay at the same school or go to another school under IEC, and then we will have the 50% raise to your salary for the second year after the program. And if you continue to stay with IEC for the third year, fourth year, and fifth year, each year we have 10% salary raise to you.
Thank you, Talen. You did mention it, and I do believe it's on the poster now, but just as a reminder, you said that the age limit for the positions is 45 years.
Yes, the age limit is 20 to 45 years old.
Okay. Then Dave is asking, how many children would I be teaching?
So usually if you join a program, usually you are going to teach in kindergarten or primary school. For kindergarten, the kids will be 25 to 35 kids in one class. For primary school, it will be a lot, around 40 to 60 students in a class. But actually, usually we will just place you in kindergarten. Most of the time will be kindergarten, but primary school will be more.
Thank you, Talen. There was also somebody asking how long is the teaching training?
So the teaching training divided to 3 parts. First part will be before you arrive in China. We have online training to teach you some Chinese education system or law, maybe once or twice before you arrive. After you arrive, we have face-to-face 5 days teaching training. And after you walk through the school during the whole program, each month we also have training.
Thank you, Talen. Kim was also asking if I want to be considered for the February intake, when should I apply?
You're always welcome to apply as soon as possible. And then and once you apply, and if you go to the interview section, the interviewer will guide you which intake would be the best for you. So you just need to apply as soon as possible.
Thank you. And then there was also a question about how many people do you normally take per intake?
Every year we have 2 intakes, and each intake we take 50 people. So which means every year we take 100.
Okay. Then somebody was also asking, is a COVID vaccination necessary?
No, at all.
Okay, maybe along those lines, are there any compulsory vaccinations that somebody would need to get?
Sorry, again, please.
No, in addition to the COVID vaccination, which you've now said is not necessary, are there any other vaccinations which would be needed?
No vaccination needed.
Okay. Then there's also somebody asking, can I come with my husband and 2 children? Does the IEC also help with the documentation? So how does it work for families?
You mean they want to apply the family to come to China, right?
Yes.
Okay, so usually we suggest the candidates to join our program by themselves first, because for the first year they need to settle down in China, get to know how everything works in China, and get used to the life here. And after the program, we can always help you if your family want to come and help you to apply the family visa for your families. But the government, they has the right to decide if they approve the family visa or not. But IEC will help you to apply if you pass our evaluation and sign the second year contract with IEC. We'll definitely help you. But for the first year program, we don't recommend you to bring the families because you have so many things need to get used to, and you need to have training, everything like that.
Thank you, Talen. Then Kombotso was asking, would I have time to study while also teaching?
Yeah, actually we did have some teacher from South Africa. They studying master during the program. But I can tell you that it's not easy because from daytime you need to work for the school from Monday to Friday, and you only have time after the work every day and the weekend. So this is the time that you need to manage by yourself. But of course, we won't force you to not to study. Of course, this is your freedom. You can always study, and we did encourage our teachers to study because this is a good thing.
Okay, so the only thing that you would need to just consider is that, it might be hard for you to balance all the requirements for studying and teaching, but there's nothing stopping you from doing that. Okay, let me see some other questions. Okay, somebody was also asking, I did my degree in South Africa, but I'm originally from Swaziland. Do I qualify to teach in China?
Unfortunately, the China government, they don't accept the other country except South Africa, UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, and Jamaica. Because in China government, they have a native country list. Only those country citizens, they can teach English legally in China. So which means, unfortunately, your nationality is not accepted to be an English teacher in China. So they won't approve the work visa.
Okay, so it's strictly from that list that you shared earlier in your presentation. So your passport needs to be from one of those countries.
Yes.
Thank you. Then there was somebody, they explained that they are studying a teaching qualification. They also have a bursary to complete this qualification. And by the time they would have completed the degree, they would also have gained some teaching experience. Will it be possible for them to apply to teach in China afterwards?
Yes, we always welcome you to apply anytime when you're ready, as long as you are sure you have bachelor's degree and also you're sure your nationality is from South Africa.
Thank you. And somebody was also asking, do you assist applying teachers with documents and guidance on the step-by-step process of teaching in China?
Yes, definitely. Actually, from the beginning, after you apply, and if you have the interview session and pass the interview, Our interviewer will always guide you how to prepare your documents, what is the next step, which document you should go to, and we also have a colleague in South Africa to help with your documents. So no worries.
Okay. Noni was asking, what kind of assessment does the evaluation process consist of before one is accepted into the program?
Sorry, Lisa, can you explain this question?
I'm understanding that she's maybe asking, you spoke now, for example, about an interview. So are there any other kind of assessments that you do in order to then make a decision about who to accept in the program?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Lisa. So actually, the most important thing, of course, is your accent, because you are coming to China to teach English. So first thing first, your accent need to be good. And the second thing will be your image, your personality, your passion, everything like that. So those are the factors that they will consider. Also your education background and your experiences.
Thank you. And what you spoke about now, for example, listening to the accent and your personality and your passion for teaching, is that then assessed during the interview process?
Yes.
Somebody was asking about applying for the programs and the requirements. I think that you've covered that quite substantially in your presentation, and it's also on the slide here. So Bronwyn, just take a look at those requirements. If there's something specific you want to ask, you're welcome to post another question. Let me see. Oh, somebody was asking, what time does school start and end?
So you mean every day?
Yes.
Okay, so for your working hours, from Monday to Friday, of course. And if you teach in kindergarten, usually your office hours will be like from 8 to 8:30 until in the afternoon 5 to 5:30. So lunchtime will be a little bit longer, like 2 to 3 hours in the lunchtime. And during this lunchtime, you always feel free to go anywhere you want. Because the kids, they need to have a nap. They are very young, so they need a long time to have the lunchtime to take a nap. For primary school, the time will be a little bit similar, from 8 or 8:30 until evening 5 to 5:30. Lunchtime will be a little bit shorter because the primary school kids, they don't need such a long time to take a nap, so which will be around 1.5 hours or to 2 hours.
Thank you, Talen. Then Kokela's asking, are new teachers assigned people to assist them with everything they need or need clarity with when they have arrived regarding living, for example, housing, banks, or whatever else they may need?
Yes, this is what we provide. After you arrive, actually, our colleague pick you up from the airport, take you to the apartments, help you to make the bank account, how to make the Chinese phone number, and help you to take you to do the medical check, do all the documents, go to every government to do everything. So just no worries, our team will always accompany you. As our teachers mentioned in the video, we always help you and guide you for everything until you get everything done.
Thank you, Talen. Somebody was also just asking, are there any specific things that have been put in place since COVID to help teachers in terms of safety, for example, health safety, financial safety, and so forth?
Actually, in China, you can consider that in China, COVID has disappeared. So nobody care about the COVID anymore. And I'm not sure if anyone heard about, I think the end of last year, China just opened surgery, and then actually everyone got COVID already. So which means actually everyone got vaccinated as well after they got the COVID. So now it's difficult to see someone saying they get COVID nowadays in China because everyone already have the prevention in their body. So yeah, it's like everything back to normal before COVID.
Thank you, Talen. And I guess if something like that should happen, you did speak about medical insurance, for example, and you know, that would also be the support that you would offer. You know, it's just to support if things happen that are beyond, sorry, all of our control.
Oh, yes, we did provide the health insurance. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, let me just take a last look at all the questions. Oh, there was somebody, Samantha was asking about the TEFL course, but you did provide those 2 training providers that you recommend. So if somebody maybe missed out on that information, we will be posting a recording of this presentation within the next day or 2 on our YouTube channel. So please just go and take a look. I've posted the link to the video to our YouTube channel in the Q&A. And then Talen, I've also just shared with those who are in the session a link to the recording that Caitlin Nair shared with us, if they would want to, you know, get a further understanding of somebody's experience as part of your program.
Yes, definitely, Lisa. You can always feel free to share her video to all the students because she knows that we will send it to the students and she's happy to help.
Thank you. So on the screen, what I've been displaying at the bottom there is the IEC website as well as the YouTube channel. Then there is an email address as well as a WhatsApp number for the IEC inquiry. So just to check in with you again, Talen, if somebody would want to apply and they get stuck with the application process or they would want further information, then that WhatsApp number as well as the email address on the screen would be the routes that they can follow to get more information. Am I right?
Yes, correct. They can always email us and send a message to our WhatsApp in this bottom poster.
Yeah. And then something, maybe if somebody joined late or they're still not clear, I think something very important to note is that step or number 2 on the poster is that you are open to all majors. So there are some preferences, but it doesn't exclude you from applying if you don't have any of those major subjects. So you'll see on the poster it's listed as education, art, drama, music or physical education, but there's nothing preventing you from applying even if you don't have any of those subjects in your degree. Okay, Talen, yes. Is there anything else you would want to share before we end off the session?
I think I'm good, and thank you very much for Miss Lisa and Hazel for the arrangements today and help me to pass the questions from the students. And I truly thank you for everyone who joined the presentation today. And I hope to see your application soon, or maybe see you one day in China.
Thank you very much, Talen. Okay, so I'm just going to share a bit of information with you before we end off the session. The Grad Next book, we really encourage you to also go and download the book. It's available free of charge from the link on your screen. And the book contains a lot of interesting information and important information about planning your next steps, including job searching, writing CVs and cover letters, networking skills, preparing for interviews, as well as personal branding. So please go and take a look at the book and download it and just browse through it and check what it is that you still need to do to prepare for future opportunities. From our side, we would really love to hear from you. So if you have any feedback or suggestions or comments, you're welcome to send them to my colleague, Mrs. Mandu Makanya, and her email address is there on the screen. And if you would want to make contact with a UNISA counsellor to discuss anything related to your career, academic development, as well as personal development, you're welcome to send us an email to counselling@unisa.ac.za. We also offer online appointments on Microsoft Teams, or you are welcome to contact a counsellor at your nearest regional office to make an appointment for counselling in person. On our website at www.unisa.ac.za/counselling, we provide a lot of resources that you can use to help you with your career development, but also your study or academic skills development and your personal development. And then, as I mentioned, on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UNISA Careers, we publish recordings of all these career events that we've been having throughout the year, as well as last year. So please also go and take a look at the different presentations that we've hosted, and we are sure that you will find something there to help you with your development. So from my side, that is it. I'm just going to invite my colleague, Mrs. Makanya, if you could just please end off the session for us.
Thank you, Lisa. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you, our students who connected today. We hope that you'll find this presentation very helpful in preparation for your applications. But all in all, I would like to thank our guest, Talen, for such a clear presentation to our students. And we just want to say, Talen, thank you so much for extending this invitation to our students to apply with your organization. We have had so many good testimonies about your organization, and we like the openness and the clarity that you brought to the attention of our students. So we have no doubt that you will get good fishes for the program. And from the testimony that we heard from Kathleen, who is our own, and she's not the only one that you have recruited from UNISA. And we are very excited and looking forward to a continued relationship with your organization. And thank you so much for your presentation today, and all good travels to the US for you today. Thank you, Talen. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Lisa.
Talen, sorry, before we release you, if you don't mind, there was just one more question coming through.
Sure.
The question is, what kind of medical exams are applicants supposed to do? And is having a chronic illness, for example, diabetes, a problem?
So actually, if you pass the interview, our colleagues will send you a list on which item that you should do for your medical check, and then you will know. And I'm sorry, Ms. Lisa, you mentioned what kind of disease that they are asking?
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
So if you have low blood sugar, you need to take chronic medication for it.
I think this is a small problem. Usually will be like hepatitis A, hepatitis C, hepatitis B, HIV, TB, something like those infectious disease will be rejected by the government.
Okay. So it's the infectious diseases that will be problematic, but any other chronic illness, but that is being managed in terms of medication, that should be manageable. Is that what I hear you saying?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Talen. We really appreciate your time, and we also appreciate the time of everybody who decided to join us this morning. Thank you for all your questions, and as Talen said, we hope to see that you are applying to these exciting opportunities, and all the best with your studies for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you so much and wish all of you have a great day.